Greetings! So I'm going to be showing you how to do a solid defense on Blizzard World Point A. This is based off of what NYXL does on their defense, because it seems actually pretty doable and also quite strong. And so if you look right now, this is Blizzard World. Let me zoom in a little bit for you. The attackers start right around here. These are the stairs, of course, through the central gateway with the choke. There's the side room to the right. This is the high ground. And then the split, the little room. The back high ground is down here. And then the back choke over here, with point A being this area right here. Okay. So, what NYXL does is sets up on the high ground, like right here, with an Orisa. And so you maybe put the Orisa right there or something. And the shield where that front line is right here. What this does is it keeps, it lets you get people when they're coming from the choke and put on a little bit of pressure as the red team is coming through the choke. So as people come through here, that's a terrible arrow, one sec. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. You have some shielding and you can put some pressure on them. But what will usually happen is our team will dive up onto the high ground. And then it's a whole mess. So when that happens, all is not lost. What you just do is you shift back as defenders, you pull back together, back over to here. And so you give ground. You might get a pick in the first holding spot up here, but you might not, and that's okay. But you want to move together as a unit and fall back and give some ground. Because if you can hold them up farther ahead, that's good. But if they collapse on you and dive on you, which they probably will do, then you fall back, and hopefully you don't lose anyone in the process. And if you move together as a unit, you should hopefully be okay. So then you're set up in this new spot. It's important to get the placement on the Orisa shield just right on this one. Because what you want is the Orisa shield like right there, with the Orisa just standing on the corner of the point. Just enough to contest, you don't need to be very far up. You can give them like most of the entire point to work on, but then you can use the Orisa shield to cut off all damage from it coming from the side. And what's nice about this is the Orisa shield blocks a lot of line of sight. And so say if you have a Widow, like if they rotate this way, there's no line of sight between here and here. The Orisa shield's blocking it. And what that means is the entire blue team can be in this area back here. And then we have a lot of room. If we need to stand behind solid cover, you have this solid surface right here to not take any damage from. And so if the Orisa shield falls, everyone can fall back just a little bit here for a moment or two until the Orisa shield can be put back up. Because the Orisa is standing just barely on the point, you can stay constantly contesting. And we can constantly be working in this area around here to be getting damage done out either down this way or out this way. And hopefully in that time we can get a pick if we need to. But it should slow it down because it forces them to kind of work towards us and come into us. And they need to then focus really hard on shield break. And we can be doing a ton of damage to them in that process. And hopefully we can get some solid picks in there. You can also shift a little if you need to and go back up this way and get some damage over the high ground, because if you're up here, maybe in this spot, you can just easily fall back behind healers and stuff. DPS will be down here, and so you have some room to work with. Clean up some of that. It's certainly possible that they can then rotate down like this. And if they do that, I'm not really sure what you do, actually. I suppose you could shift Orisa shield down to here, but it's a weird positioning. And in all likelihood, if they won't full rotate down, and if all 6 rotates down across the bottom, then you can rotate a Arista Shield and hold somewhere else. But if it's only 1 or 2, then you can focus them down, and they might be able to do poke pressure, which will force the blue team to play a little bit closer in towards this wall or up this way. But again, be careful about going out into this zone over here, because then that exposes you to lines of sight from like here to here. Oh, I picked up the wrong color, sorry. So you need to work around the Arista Shield and the cover that you have as you're trying to get to things. And if we're all working together as a clump, you should have a lot of health and a lot of things to work with. And so that seems like one of the more solid strategies I've seen on point A defense. So to sum up, that is stand behind Arista Shields all the time. And the Arista Shields is really important because you want to make sure you're behind a shield and not taking damage, and give ground if we need to, but keep contesting. And hopefully that should work and help make our point A defense much stronger in Blizzard World. So thank you for watching.